My name is JT, and this is a story about how I built my homestead. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of JT Time. JT here. For today's episode, we got a short episode, or at least I think it's going to be short. We're doing a half day here. It's about 7:45, and I'm going to be working until about maybe 11:45 or 11:30, and then I'll be heading out. So about 4 hours. It's not too long in general, but last time I was here, I went ahead and just mowed the lawn real quick. So this time we're going to start progressing forward more on the work scope that we want to do for the painting the exterior. I am meeting with a mechanical master, I guess, HVAC person. I guess they're called mechanical personnel, but they're licensed. In other words, I can't do it myself, otherwise I would try. So I'm meeting up with them today to get a quote, so I may have to pause the video in the middle of it. But going back to where my last episode, kind of the teaser of buying these new tools, I am gonna give this tool a try, this little extender. So this is gonna help me cover the trim work that I haven't painted quite yet, and hopefully I'll get through this a little bit quicker than the soffits, you know, and maybe not having to go up and down on the ladder over and over and over again is going to help. But this is new to me, this little pad. It's kind of, it feels like foam, but it's actually just really small brush bristles. So we'll see how well this actually paints onto the surfaces. So let me get the paint ready, and then once I finish getting the paint ready, I'll start recording again, and I guess we'll just get to it and see how well this actually goes on, and hopefully this works out well. If it does not work out well, then, you know, we'll go back to square one, and all that really means is that we're gonna end up taking a lot longer to get this done. So let's hope for the best. I really hope that this works out pretty well, and this does the trick. All right, see y'all real soon. All right, guys. So the paint's set up. I got the paint down here. I got the pole, and let's just give this a shot. See what happens. Yeah, check the length already. It looks like we're in pretty good length, so I don't have to keep my arms very straight or anything like that. And then I kind of checked out this little tool. The way I think it works is, so it has these little rollers on it, so it kind of can roll back and forth. And I think this is really usually used for like sheetrock painting and stuff like that. Is my best guess, like to get corners and stuff. These two little flaps right here, if you press them in, it releases this guy so you can replace it. What I'm going to do to try to keep this longer is, when I'm done today with this, I have a Ziploc bag, and I'll put it inside the Ziploc bag, hoping that it'll actually preserve itself. Otherwise, I got a few replacements. It's okay. There's this little tab down here. That tab, what it allows it to do is it locks it in place from rotating. So if I were to actually disengage it, it can now rotate a little bit more. It doesn't rotate all the way. It just rotates maybe like 45 degrees in either direction. But if you want a little bit more freedom, you can do that. But I like it kind of locked in place right now, just to try it out. So let me go ahead and give this a shot, and wish me the best. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing. What I'm doing right now is I'm only tapping the paint for this first half of the square. I noticed the very first time when I tapped the entire pad, a lot of paint started dropping off the bottom, and it's still dropping. See that one that just dropped right there? So it's kind of you end up with a mess. But right now we're on our patio deck, and I don't really care because I can always just pressure spray this, or it'll just wear away anyways, the paint that gets on here. But I imagine if I use this for the house, I'd have to cover up the floors pretty well. But I'm touching half the pad, so let me figure out the tool a little bit more and see how it goes. Yeah, you see? It's about half the pad right there is kind of touched with paint, and then I just paint it, and as I paint, it kind of drips down to the base. So overall, it's not bad. Does a pretty good job. I'm definitely gonna need another layer, kind of coat it. But I think the real test will be possibly trying to figure out if I can use this on window trim or not. It's a little messy. It puddles up, and then on top of that, when the little pad goes and runs over kind of a thicker layer of paint that I painted on, it starts to puddle that in one side, and that's what causes a drip to happen. So may take a little bit of learning on my side, but let me go ahead and play around with it a little bit more for maybe the next hour or so, and maybe I'll figure out exactly how to use it and the pros and cons that I like about it. So let's get to work. Hey guys, welcome back. So I ended up changing it a little bit. The pad was nice, I liked it, but the one thing I wanted to try was I had that little roller that I could put on the stick too. So this is the roller that's on the stick. It didn't screw in very tightly, so I had some Gorilla tape, so I just taped it here, and it works pretty well once you tape it on there, just fine. Which probably meant I didn't really need to buy that because the screw didn't even work at all, but it's okay. It happens. But the roller is a lot easier to put it on there. It's less resistant. I think the pad, it felt sticky, like just moving it back and forth, and it was dropping a lot of drops, and I don't know, I didn't like the way it felt, period. So having the roller is nice. I can, with the roller, actually sit down here and just go up and down with the roller and clear the area, but I noticed that just getting on the ladder and the fact that I have a really long stick helps me cover a lot of distance without moving the ladder as much, because I can go on the left side, I can go straight on, and then I can go to the right side of the ladder, and then I can move the ladder, period. So that worked out really well for me. So I ended up choosing to continue on with this method, and it's been about an hour now, and I pretty much finished at least the first coat of this entire section right here. So all of this, all of that fascia board, the trim as well, and of course I got to go back and clean that trim up anyways, maybe with a paintbrush at the end of the stick. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, but I think a paintbrush at the end of the stick will work, especially if I tape it off or something. Yeah, that'll save me a lot of time. Yeah, but that'll help me touch up that very small corner right there. But I think I'm just gonna go around with the roller just for the rest of the fascia board and the rest of the trim. I'm knocking out the doors as well, but I'm worried to do the windows just because this little piece, I don't know if I want to color these windows white or not. I kind of like this off-white color just to accent the windows out a little bit, so I might leave it like that. I'll probably talk to my wife. She's our designer, so our cosmetic designer. So I'll talk to her about that and see what she wants to do exactly. But the doors I can knock out just because I don't have that trim piece that I have to worry about coloring in or painting in. And I think that's pretty much it for this update. Let me try to continue working on the house. I'm gonna try my best to avoid the sun. It's about 9:30 now, like I said, and we're getting close to probably like 2 hours left, so I'm halfway through the day already, so I'm not gonna be here out very long, but probably long enough for me to really get going with this roller though. So let me work on that, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right. Okay guys, so now that I got the gist of how I can do this with the roller stick, let me show y'all how I do it. So I have the ladder set up, of course ladder safety, so I made sure that it's on a flat surface, and I'll just go ahead and get started so y'all can see how I do it essentially. But using this technique is a lot quicker, so I like this technique. I think I'm gonna keep it. Alright, so that's it. It's about 6 minutes and I got that much coverage, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully that helps y'all out if you ever do a project like this. And I mean, I could probably finish at least the first coat around the house before the end of today, so let's hope I knock that out, and I'll update you here soon, maybe about an hour or so. Alright? Alright guys, so we come to the very end of the episode. Didn't get as much done as I wanted to. And I'll show you the progress that I've done so far though, just to give you a last minute update. But you saw me finish that portion of the fascia and the trim pieces. I finished painting that, painted the tops of all this steel right here white. So I painted all that white. And that's pretty much it. The reason why, I painted this trim piece here too, this one and this one. But I mean, the main reason why I didn't get as much done as I wanted to is I got a little distracted. I went to go talk to my neighbors and picked up some stuff that they picked up for me. So didn't get as much done, but I am happy that I figured out a new, easier way to paint this stuff. I have a good feeling that I'll be able to knock it out a little quicker as well. So I need to keep doing this, and hopefully maybe the next time I'm over here, which is like in 2 days, I will be able to progress and finish most of the trim boards and the fascia boards, and then it's to the fun stuff. Not that all this wasn't fun to begin with, but I get to start taping everything up, and then I'll pull out my paint sprayer and I'll start spraying the last part of it, which will be nice because then you'll see the full package of what the outside of the house will end up looking like at the end of the day. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate the time, and I'll see y'all real soon here on JT Time.